When Apple released the M2 iPad Pro in October of this year, they also teased that a full version of DaVinci Resolve would be coming for iPads. So this is really interesting because we've never had something like this before. You could always use like TikTok's video editing features, CapCut, or some sort of mobile video editing software that's kind of always been there. Well, now we have a full version of DaVinci Resolve for iPads. So it came out a couple months after they announced the M2 iPads. I'm currently using the M1 iPad Pro, so really it's only optimized for the M1 and M2 iPads. You can try it on older ones, and I'll try it on an iPad Mini 3 later just to see how old of an iPad we could really run this on. So I'm super excited to try this out and try some color grading and just see how far we can get with it. I'm gonna pull up my iPad screen here on the side somewhere, and yeah, I'm gonna read some reviews here first. So looks like, okay, mostly 5 stars, 3 stars, needs work but impressive potential, okay. Yeah, you always gotta think some of the reviews are gonna be just like stupid reviews, but... alright, so the entire app size is 2 gigabytes, so let's get it downloaded here. Alright. So compatibility, yeah, it's compatible with a pretty wide range of iPads here. So, okay, so it's requiring the A12 chip with iPadOS 16. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe I might not be able to run it on the iPad Mini 3. And then you can also buy DaVinci Resolve Studio, it looks like, just for the iPad for $94.99. I think on their website it's like $200, but, Alright, so I'm gonna wait till it downloads, and then I'm gonna edit some video with it. Okay, so now that it's downloaded, I'm gonna open it up. DaVinci Resolve 18. Seems promising. Let's see how long it takes to... Oh, that wasn't long for it to load. Okay, we like to use Bluetooth, sure. Alright, so... Okay, this looks pretty decent. So, I see we have a timeline down here, and then... couple of features over on the side, some cut buttons. Okay, so this is interesting. So I wanted to see if it looked like an app that was just shoved from a desktop version to an iPad app, like a lot of apps are, or if it was like something that really was worth it. It looks promising. So, not sure what the sync button is. I haven't really used DaVinci Resolve on desktop that much, so I've only played around with it, so I'm going to play around with the iPad version here. Okay, so in the transition section, looks like we get additive dissolve, blur dissolve, cross dissolve, so like your basic transitions. I wonder if there's a way to like add more. Brightness flash, okay, fusion transitions, so that's interesting. That would kind of be a new one. Okay, resolve FX color. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw some video in here. Oh wow, they got a wide range of titles and different things. Okay, so in the effects category, okay, yeah, they got a decent amount of effects too. Let's throw some video in here and let's get editing. So this should be interesting. So I'm gonna edit right off of my in-home server. So I don't know how well this is gonna work or how well it's gonna handle it because it's connecting to the local IP address to grab all the videos. So let's try it anyway. So this is a little short film that I'm working on. I'm just gonna add a couple videos here. Okay, so I'm not totally sure. Oh, okay, I see. I'm not sure, like, oh, the play button's there. It's laggy. But that might also be because it's trying to stream it off the server. Okay, so let's, like, make a cut here. So where I pull out the thumb drive. So let's try to make a cut here. Where would the cut button be? Over here. Oh, okay, so the button that's over here makes that cut. Now, in order to delete the footage, I should just be able to click on the delete button down here. Yeah, okay, so I'm not sure where the video went. Alright, so now let's head over to the color tab here. So wow, there is a lot of features in here. Wow. So they really did do it good for the iPad version. Okay. So we'll set it to high quality. And then we'll kind of see what we get. So okay, these move around pretty decently. It's not bad. So I'm gonna try to go for that like film look a little bit. Okay. Go a little bit colder maybe on the shadows. Alright, so... Okay, I see. So we definitely don't want to go into purple here. So this is definitely easier to do with the Apple Pencil rather than... Oh, nice, you can double tap on it too to reset it. This is definitely easier to do with the Apple Pencil rather than just your like finger. Just the midtones slightly. I'm just kind of going all around the color wheels just to kind of see what everything looks like. That looks decent. So now I'm wondering if I can apply LUTs in here. So probably not. I would assume probably not. Wow, you can really adjust everything in here. So the color section is definitely fully featured, just as they said. Wow, and I only did a couple different things there, and yeah, there's so much more you can do with this. Okay, so now let's go back here. It looks like your colors are sync with each other. Yep, so the two tabs just sync right up. Cool. Cool, that looks pretty decent. So, oh, okay, I can go into full screen up here, and then I can watch it from there, go back, and then I can even adjust the preview window to be Ultra HD 4K, because this is all pretty much 4K video. Except this one might be 1080p 120 FPS, but so far it's handling it well. My iPad's not really warming up at all. It's getting slightly warm in the middle, probably where the M1 chip actually is, but it's really not that bad overall. So now, let me try to add a transition in, just for fun, just see what it does. Oops. Oh, I didn't realize that I only had one video there. Okay, so you can add multiple different video tracks too. That's definitely nice to have as an editor in general. I could definitely see myself learning this and editing on the go with the iPad, because this really isn't that bad, and I've kind of I always wanted to be that kid that could edit on an iPad, and now these like tools are available. They just never were before. So I've tried things like Adobe Premiere Rush and stuff on iPad. It's definitely not as featured as this. I would definitely be okay with learning this. So yeah, this is, I think I can work with this. So let me add a second video in here. Okay, so I'm gonna make that cut of where I start walking. And it already kind of has a little zoom in effect on there because I had my phone in my hand and I had Imaging Edge from Sony open. So I was connected to my ZV-E10 and then I was just holding in the zoom key with the other lens that I have. It's back there on the shelf. Yeah, okay, so we'll make the cut. So now let's throw on a little bit of music, just background music. I should be able to take the original audio out of these clips here. So I also don't know how I'm supposed to zoom in and out of the timeline. I don't know, I just get this little selection tool here. Okay, so how would I go about adding music? So I guess I'd have to add more, I'd have to add something to my timeline. So where would that button be? Okay, import media. Okay, so I was looking for something that just was kind of non-copyright. That way I can actually monetize this video. Okay, so I added the music into the timeline, so it just kind of shows up here. Now, I'm wondering if there's like a separate audio track anywhere, because I know we can add more video tracks. Okay, so as you add audio, it'll just kind of create its own little audio track. So let's just cut it right about here for the starting point, and then we'll remove the rest and then drag this back to the top. then I did say that I wanted to take out the original audio. So I'm sure there's a way to like specifically do this. Okay, so you hold in on it, and then I guess you just hit the mute button, and then that mutes the clip audio. Or I can just mute the track in general. Yeah, that music really doesn't fit the scene there, but it's okay, we'll go with it. So we'll add one like last little video clip here of me quote unquote hacking the machine. So cut it right about here, just get a starting point in, and then we'll delete the first half. It's definitely harder to edit on iPad rather than something with a full keyboard and mouse where you just have all these keyboard shortcuts and all these mouse shortcuts. Yeah, because that was gonna make sense. But there's just so many keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that that you're not gonna get with an iPad. But if you get a smart keyboard for the iPad, I feel like this could definitely be comparable to editing in like Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. In recent years, I've been using Final Cut Pro on my MacBook, and then I just kind of switched over to Premiere Pro to use it on my Windows setup since I got that all well and good now down in the studio. So now let's just play this through and see what we get. So let's cut our audio right about here. Just gonna do something very basic just to kind of feel the program a little bit, just kind of see how I feel about it. But I definitely think I should keep using this and get familiar with it, because this is definitely, this is nice. Now I gotta figure out how to add a fade. Probably just go into transitions here. I don't know if it's like Premiere where they have audio transitions too. They do. Okay, so we'll just do a crossfade. See what that's like. Okay, that's fine, and then we'll do like a crossfade over here, or a cross dissolve. Okay, so now let's go to the export tab. So, oh nice, it actually brings up a little window that you can drag around. So we'll go H.264. You can even go ProRes in this program, that's pretty neat. So resolution 4K, frame rate 24 FPS. So you can even do, okay, now a lot of programs do it like this. So I know Filmora 9 did this where you could just give it your stream key, give it your account details for like YouTube, Twitter, and then you could just automatically post right to there as soon as it was done exporting. That was always nice, but you know, I only used it a few times. So render speed, 15 FPS, 21, 24. Okay, so, I mean, this is only 16 seconds worth of video, so this is not a horrible export time. So not with the M1 chip anyways, although the M1 is really powerful. But okay, so now we can go to my files and just find where that's saved to. So I didn't see an option to change the name. I might have just missed it. Yeah, this is definitely usable. Like, it didn't drop quality anywhere. You can still see pretty much just about everything. The color graded clip looks good. I only did some very basic, like, color correcting, but yeah, no, this is fine. So I think I could use this. I think I could do this. So if you're wondering if DaVinci Resolve for iPad is worth it, it is definitely worth it. Just from that little bit of editing that I did there, and that was very basic. We're talking 3 clips and an audio track. But I mean, that's definitely a good start if you're just on an iPad maybe you don't have a computer, maybe you don't have a Mac, maybe you don't have access or don't want to pay for like big expensive software. If you already have an iPad, you can definitely use it. I mean, as long as it has the M1 or M2 chip. I'm not sure how it will run on other iPads, but if it only requires the A12, it's probably runnable on something like the A13 chip or the A14 chip. So overall, I think that this is a really cool program that they're trying to build up for iPad, and especially since mobile editing and mobile video is just becoming so big now with things like TikTok and just all kinds of different social media platforms, and kids of super young ages are starting to get into this now. So I think that this is a really good thing that they're doing this, and I think that it'll go somewhere big, if that even makes any sense. I definitely think that this is good. This is good. I don't even know how to sum up like my final thoughts. Like, I'm just so surprised that they're able to create something that's this like detailed and has this many features for iPad OS. Like, where was this like 6 years ago? Where was this like 3 years ago? I mean, 6 years ago is maybe a little bit far, but where was this like 2 years ago? You know, like when this was starting to really become a thing where people were going on iPhones and iPads and like creating these like kinds of videos. So I'm excited to see what people are going to be able to create with this program. Now, I don't know what features it's missing from the desktop version to the iPad version, but I think that this is definitely a good start for them. And it has been out for a little bit now, probably about a month. It's almost January, so it's almost New Year's, but I think that they have a really good start on this. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. If you want me to do more with DaVinci Resolve on iPad, let me know, because if this gets, you know, views, I get people that are actually kind of interested in this sort of thing, I am fully willing to learn the entire program for iPad OS and really, like, use it. And I'm surprised. So, good job, DaVinci.